respectful dear family members. Now we will be learning about Indian literature. As I told you in my previous talk, almost all the religions, particularly Semitic religion, they got only one prime literature. Bible for Christians, Quran for Muslims, and so on. But Buddhism, Jainism and Sikhism, the offshoot of Hindu Dharma, even though they have got one literature, Dharmapada for Buddhism, Guru Granth Sahib for Sikhism, and Jainism, their own literature. But all Indian literature contribute for Sikhism, all Indian literature contribute for Buddhism and Jainism. Even if they have got their own independent literature or do not have, Indian literature become the part of their religious thoughts and beliefs. Why we have got so many literature? As I told you in my previous class, we have got nearly 2,000 foundation literature and about 10,000 commentaries, both in Sanskrit, and nearly 1 lakh sub-commentaries in 22 Indian languages. Many people used to ask, particularly students used to ask, why we have got so many literature. Very clear answer is there. Sound, logical, rational and scientific answer for this question is that one literature cannot cater the need of the people living world over. If somebody is telling that when one chemistry book is enough for learning chemistry, definitely you know that all the knowledge needed for the society or the people world over cannot be given through one literature. One author can also cannot give all the knowledge needed for the people. A literature written, a book written during a particular period cannot be made applicable for hundreds of years. And also the content of a book, that alone cannot cater the diversified interest of the individuals. So you just think that if one book is allotted for lower primary people, same book for upper primary, high school, same book for graduation, same book for post-graduation, same book for PhD fellow, and same book for the lowest intellectual capacity bearing people and the highest intellectual capacity bearing people, that becomes absurd. So when the individuals intellectually, academically, socially, spiritually elevate from lower level to higher level, definitely the content of the book, the way of presentation, the approach of the subject presentation, these are all should be varied. Chemistry book for the lower primary should not be given for the upper primary. For high school level, the chemistry book should be different. For BSc and MSc, the chemistry book should be entirely different. So you just think, for Christians, only one Bible, the same Bible for the most illiterate person in the world, and the same Bible for the American president or UK president also. Same book for zero to hero. How it can be justified? So different people will be having different interest. So variety of subjects should be given in variety of books. The knowledge or the information given during 18th century should be different from 19th century, should be different from 20th century, should be different from 21st century. When we grow, when we progress, when we develop, the content of the book should be different. Just like you see different colors are there are people who are interested in different colors. There are people who are interested in different type of songs. There are people who are interested in different types of movies, different type of books, different types of novels, different types of vehicles, different types of subject, different types of food, and so on. So the taste of the people will be entirely different. We cannot give the same food for all 760 crore people. We cannot make the same movie for all 760 crore people. So the material, the way of presentation, everything should be changed. So ancient Indians knew pretty well that one author, one book, one subject cannot be utilized for the people in the past, for the people in the present, also people in the future, and the subject matter, the way of presentation, etc., should be different depending upon the quality and qualifications of the pupil change. Now again, we have to remember that if we are growing continuously from lower level to higher level and think that equivalent better books are not available, then what will happen? If good quality chemistry books are not available, that fellow cannot read the books at all. This is what is happening in America. The Bible is completely discarded in America, in Canada, in England, in European country, in Australia, in New Zealand. People reject the Bible because generally Bible is a primitive literature written 2000 years ago, did addition, deletion, modification and correction for about 400 years, and whenever the people wrote this Bible or biblical content 1600, 1700, 1800 years ago, the people, the circumstance, the environment, the knowledge content, these are all varying significantly. So naturally they do not have second option to learn only one Bible, so they rejected the Bible. Because of the religious firmness and iron fist, Muslims still follow the Quran. But you can see many Muslims outside Muslim country or even in Muslim country, they do not follow strictly the Islamic rule because they do not have the second choice, even if they are compelled to learn that one. But for Sikhism, Indian books can be added with Guru Granth Sahib. Indian books can be added with Dharmapada for Buddhist. So options are there. In India, as I told you, all this literature can be classified under 5 classes. One lowest level to highest level. Depending upon the interest of the pupil, you can opt for different subject. Those who are interested in Puranas, they can go through the stories. Those who are interested in health science, they can go to Ayurveda. Those who are interested in civil engineering, they can go to Vastu Vidya, Sthapatya Veda. Those who are interested in music, they can go to Gandharva Veda or Sangeeta Ratnagara. Those who are interested in the machinery, weapons and other things, they can go to Yajusha Veda or Yuddha Tantra Veda. And those who are interested in economics, they can go to Artha Shastra. So, variety of it. Those who are interested purely in philosophy, you can see Shad Darshanas are there, visions are there, Purva Mimamsa is there, Uttara Mimamsa is there, Nyaya Shastra is there, Yoga Shastra is there, Vaisheshika is there, and so on are there. Those who are interested in philosophy, those who are interested in pure language, the grammar book, you can see Panini Sashtadhyay, Patanjali's Mahabhashya, dealing purely with the grammar, the prosody, how to compose the poems, Pingalacharya's Chandashastra is there. Those who are interested in pure mathematics, Jyotisha, in which Ganita Shastra is there. Those who are interested in astronomy, Jyotish Shastra is there. And those who are interested in customs, rituals and other thing, Yaga, performance and so on, they can go to Srauta Sutra. Those who are interested in law, the rules and regulations and the law of the country, they can take their degree in Dharma Shastra. And those who are interested in anthropology and sociology, they can go to Grihya Sutra and, as I told you earlier, Dharma Shastra. So those who would like to become the priest, they can go through the pathway of spirituality. Those who are interested in learning Veda, they can go to the Vedic pathway. Those who would like to learn the Brahmanas, prose, ritual performance, they can go through that way. and 108 Upanishads are there. So you just think about the variety of literature available in India, depending upon your choice, depending upon the academic qualification of each individual, depending upon the interest of the individual, they have got the freedom to select or reject anything. You can partly learn, you can contribute to that, you are permitted to do addition, deletion, modification and correction. Not that you have to blindly follow one book, and not that one you should not make any change in the book. You have got the freedom to do anything. So all the original books are kept there. Then additions are done. Say for example, we think Rig Veda, one book. Rig Veda is not one book. Rig Veda has got 25 recensions. Yajurveda 108 recensions. Samaveda 1001 recensions are there. Atharva Veda 52 recensions are there. Each recension has got each book, one book. Thus you have got variety of book. So in the world, every minute 4 or 5 books are being released. Major internationally famous books are released every minute, about half a dozen. Under such a situation, when so many books are being published, our ancient Indian literature tells you that we have got thousands and thousands of original foundation literature book. Their commentaries, their sub-commentaries are there. So people can do addition, deletion, modification and correction. Add the new idea to the commentary, delete some of the ideas which is existing in the ancient book, and you contribute. Say for example, Ramacharita Manasam written by Tulasidasa Ramayana, Kambar has written another Ramayana, and nearly 250 Ramayanas are there in Kerala, 350 Ramayanas are there in Tamil Nadu, more than 400 Ramayanas are there in Andhra Pradesh. Every state of India, every language in India, they have got so many Ramayanas. How so many Ramayanas have come? Even though one Valmiki has written one Ramayana, so many Ramayanas are there because to the original book, by keeping the original book intact, others contributed by addition, deletion, modification and correction because they have got the permission to do that. So new literature are coming which are suitable for the modern period. So this is the freedom. So in India, we can very specifically say that we have never confined to one book because it is not enough for the growing people, developing people, progressing people. So one book cannot cater all the needs of the people in the future or even in the present. So one individual, one rishi, one author cannot give all the knowledge needed for the people. The book written during a particular period cannot cater the need of the future of the nation. So these are all future of the nation, future of the people. So continuously new addition, new literature should come. At the same time, the old should not get adulterated. Old books should not get diluted. The old books should remain intact, and the new book should be added to that using the spirit and the content of the ancient book. This is what happened in India. Thus, India is still alive. Remember that within 62 years, the total African country could be converted into Christianity by the English people, whereas nearly 500 years the Dutch, Portuguese, French, Spanish people and later English people tried their level best to convert Indian Hindus, but they could hardly convert less than 2% of Hindus into Christian fold. Now in India and Kerala, you can see Christians are accepting almost all the ideas of Hindus because they know that the Bible contains nothing, all trash, primitive ideas, no way useful for the 21st century. So for enriching their Bible, for enriching their customs and rituals, for enriching their beliefs, they are taking everything from Hindu Dharma and in the name of Indianization, even though they are doing Christianization of Indian thoughts. Why they are doing it? Muslims are also trying to propagate that Allah is mentioned in Veda, Prophet's name is mentioned in Bhavishya Purana, and Muhammad's name is there in Puranas and Vedas. Like that, Christians are also telling Prajapati is Jesus Christ, and so on. Why they are telling? Because the value of their one single book is far lower than our hundreds and hundreds of books. So naturally, for enriching their book, they have to either borrow from Indian literature or claim that these are all these are all present in Vedas and Puranas, so that their followers will be having a better vision, even though borrowed from Indian literature. So we should remember that Indian literature, Hindu literature, not one, foundation literature 2000, commentaries nearly 10,000, sub-commentaries written in 22 Indian languages touching beyond 1 lakh. Many of these sub-commentaries are still continuously being written. With these words, I would like to conclude my pranams to you. Thank you very much.